Now, look, you are the Speaker of the House in California, where you have to deal with a $26 billion shortfall.
Yes.
And so you said previously you have some sympathy for Speaker John Boehner. Do you still feel that way?
Absolutely, I have sympathy for him because I know one of the things he's dealing with is his caucus. He has 87 new members of his caucus. You know, I'm one of those new freshmen. There's only 9 Democrats, 87
you know the
Republicans.
On the Democratic side.
87 new Republicans, and they came in on the Tea Party's platform. Many of them did. Many of them were part of, an upstart in their own districts where they might have defeated an incumbent, Republican, and also winning Democratic seats. So I know he has a lot to handle in his caucus.
Do you get the sense that with these new members, that because the Tea Party is pushing them, their whole attitude is forget compromise?
Right.
When the fact of the matter is, when your Republicans controlling the House, Democrats controlling the Senate, a Democratic president, the only way you're going to achieve anything is by compromise.
Absolutely. But let me just give you an example of how this works in California, because I know this is a very similar thing. In California, it's not so much a question of the Tea Party, it's a question of conservative right-wing radio. And so what happens with Republicans in California, if they even think about compromising, the radio goes after them, and in some cases have even called for them to be recalled. So you might have members of the Tea Party that were elected to Congress who actually, once they get here and find out what governing really is, would like to compromise. But then the Tea Party comes and has rallies at Congress. They go home.
You have Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck, Sean Hannity, Michael Savage, all of these conservative radio talk show hosts saying, what are you doing? How dare you compromise?
Absolutely. And threatening them. If they go back home and they've compromised, then they might be defeated in 2 years. And, the other thing is about the 87 new Republicans, many of them have no experience in government at all. They might have come out of business, or they might have been activists, in their community or in their church, and they wind up in the halls of Washington, and they realize that you can't have a revolution just because you were elected to office. And so they're trying to push it to the limit, and that's what Speaker Boehner is having to deal with.